responsibly growing are rainforests, jungles, very precious rainforests. So they're logging out rainforests and putting in palm oil. Now, in rainforests, you have orangutans, elephants, tapirs, tigers. What's going to happen to those animals if you, the public, do not check that you're getting sustainable palm oil with the food that you eat? What's going to happen is we will have no orangutans, and some people might say, well, who cares about a monkey? But we must care about everything on this earth, because everything on this earth has a place. Not just us, everything has a place. And when you take out an orangutan, you take out something so important. Tigers, they're so important, but they're very close now to extinction. Now, in our lifetime, I've been on this planet 70 years. I never could imagine that tigers might not be there, real tigers in the wild. But palm oil is the problem. Because now, in Malaysia, I know a lot about Malaysia. I should be there again in November. When you get out of the airport and walk, or rather drive into Malacca State, there is no rainforest left. It's all oil palm, as far as you can see. Now, the interesting thing about oil palm as well is, has any of you been into a rainforest or a jungle? Any of you? It's alive. It's a phenomenal area to be in. Growth is, you can see it growing. So much there. Oil palm is completely opposite. It's dark. Nothing grows there apart from oil palm. There's no animals apart from rats. Rats love that metacarp, that fruit that the palm has. And they drawn to the area. So where you had thousands of different lovely animals, you end up with rats. And the Malaysian government and the Indonesian government are aware of that. And so they've used owls to try and get those rats. And now if you go into a palm oil plantation, it's rats, owls and cobras. And that's taken over from all that myriad of wonderful animal life. And so many of us do not realise that we are responsible, because it's such a cheap fad. And they're putting it in everything. And now, because some of us are aware, especially on social networks, they're calling it vegetable oil, when it's palm oil. And it's not from sustainable forests. And you know what that means. You might say, there are people who say, who cares about animals? Well, people live in the rainforest. Yanomami, Quechua, Chua, they all live in the rainforest. So what are they going to do? Because we want palm oil on our cornflakes. Kill them, rape them, get rid of them. That's what's happening with palm oil. So can I ask you, please, look at your labels. Don't buy palm oil unless it's sustainable. The other one is rape oil. You know, if you look around Berkhamsted and all over Hertfordshire, those gorgeous, beautiful fields in April and later in the year. Some people think it's mustard. Actually, it's from the mustard family. It's rape. Rapeseed oil has a component called erucic acid. And when it grows in its normal form, should you absorb that, it will kill you. Erucic acid is a toxic poison. What they've done is, early rape is industrial rape. And you can make all sorts of chemicalised products with industrial rape. how many of you, when the rape is growing, have driven up the M25 and seen rape growing along the central reservation? How many have you noticed it? It grows everywhere. Industrial rape, mixed with ordinary rape. It's not something personally that I would buy for my health. Choose something else apart from rape. In Canada, there's something called canola. You might have seen it. Canadian oilseed rape. It's all GM. There's not oil, there's not a canola oil, that's not GM. If you're a meat eater, you're having GM food because they're feeding animals with GM food. But you don't want GM rape. So don't ever buy canola oil or anything with it. Put it back on the shelf. Those are two oils I could speak for the rest of the year on the red. But the red light's on and I'm on my way.